Okay, afternoon everyone. Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. We can.
Good day, guys. How are you doing?
Good and you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Jaque Fourie, Defence Coach, Emirates Lions. If it's ready to go, we can start. Thank you. Nobody wants to go.
It's a quick one.
I'll jump in. How's the Jaque? Yeah, man, obviously the last two games for the Lions have been a bit tough on the defensive front. You know, the guys seem to be coming right during their tour overseas after that Scarlets game. And the last two games, they seem to have gone a bit backwards. What would you say has gone wrong? And what are the work-ons that you guys have been focusing on to try and fix that?
I think talking about the last two games, I think our defense was terrible. We're not going to beat around the bush with that. So there's just certain stuff that we have to work on. Unfortunately, we can only coach so much, but if players don't have attitude and work rate and a heart to do it for each other, you know, you can only go so far. So we're really working on that so that we can change that. And, you know, the weekend against the Bulls, you know, their physical side, and if you're going to let them run at you for 80 minutes, they're going to give you a hiding. So for us, it's just about manning up the weekend, doing what we did the weekend, what we did wrong, doing it better, and just fronting up and making our tackles. Like I say, unfortunately, that's something I can't do for the players on the field. But, yeah, we worked really hard at it the last two days.
And, you know, speaking about the players, obviously they would have been disappointed by the last two weekends. How tough is it, you know, to try and get their mindset right again, especially with the double header, you know, facing the Bulls again at Loftus this time round, and trying to get them to fix those mistakes?
Yeah, on one hand, you know, you're playing the same side, so you know what is expected from and what they're going to bring on the weekend, but probably one or two changes in their game plan. But for us, you know, you get another chance to play against a side that gave you 20 points, 27 points. So for us, it's all about about pride, standing up this weekend and just making a stance. You know, I think it's also a turning point in our URC campaign that, you know, we're not just going to let teams score easy tries against us, because we are working really hard to score tries, our own tries, and just to give away easy tries, that's not the way we want to play.
Hi, Jaque. You spoke about heart and attitude earlier. Are those coachable things? How do you address that?
Unfortunately, and if you don't have the heart and you don't have the attitude on the field, you know, you can only take a horse so far. You know, you can take him to the water. You can't force him to drink the water. So it's just now, as a coach, to get these guys up on Saturday, and every single Saturday before we game just to start playing for each other. You know, it's having the respect for the player inside and outside of you, knowing that he's going to do your job and you just have to do your job. It's a team sport, and it takes 23 guys, 15 guys on the field to work hard for each other.
Jaque, you've been up there and you've played at the best levels. Obviously, the explanation that you've just given relates back to the player, and we hear it loud and clear. Is there other alternatives that you try to address these shortcomings, shortfalls with the players, other patterns, other motivations or ways of motivation? Because you're in the competition and you must succeed. There's not going back.
Yeah, Simon, that's true. So we're on this competition, and for us to be successful, you know, I pride myself on everything that we do. If it's now defense or attack, you know, you need to have pride in what you do. So there is certain stuff that we changed this week to get the guys ready for the weekend physically and mentally, so that they can be prepared. So hopefully those changes that we did is probably going to lead into Saturday's game, and we're going to defend much better.
Thanks, Simon.
Jacques, obviously one of the problems as well is, the Lions are a little bit light in terms of depth. Looking at this weekend, Willem Alberts is most likely out, and how's Berger looking? Do you think he will be back, or do you think will he have to miss out this weekend with concussion?
Yeah, as you guys know, I think Willem is out with his knee, but I think Berger is probably touch and go for the weekend. But with concussion now, there's so many protocols in place that is, if you had concussion a weekend, it's very tough for you to play the next weekend. So it's also player welfare. He is resting, so we're giving him time to rest, and then after that we'll make a decision on Thursday and Friday.
Jacques Fourie van 1 is hier. Jammer om 'n vraag te herhaal. Kan ek net vir jou vinnig vra, Isak, in Afrikaans, wat dink jy in kort was julle tekortkominge sover gewees die laaste paar weke, en wat is nodig van die Lions hierdie naweek nodig teen die Bulls op Loftus? Dis 'n reuse taak wat wag op julle vir hierdie naweek.
Ja, Percival, dankie. Dit is ek dink wat ons het maandag na die video weer gekyk, en ek dink elke speler na die game weet presies wat gebeur het, en ons het net nie hard gehad nie. Ek vir my is verdediging about jou attitude en jou hart en jou willingness om te werk vir die ou langs jou. Jy weet, want jy weet hy gaan net so hard werk vir jou. So, en is ook, jy weet, verdediging vir my is ek sê dit altyd, dis nie rocket science nie. As jy ou voor jy is, moet jy hom stof uit of hy gaan behoor jou hardloop. So, daar is party goed wat 'n ou kan coach, en ons het 'n paar goedjies getweek vir die naweek sodat ons kan reg wees vir die naweek, mentally and physically.
Jacques, kan ek hierdie een vir jou in Afrikaans vra? Ek wil asseblief 'n bietjie weet, as jy privy is tot die gesprekke vorentoe. Ek weet COVID het alles toegemaak vir ons met ons kompetisie teenoor die ouens in Europa. Wat is die vooruitsigte? Die rondes gaan weliswaar hier aan in Suid-Afrika met die huidige franchises. Het jy dalk so 'n bietjie inligting vir ons daar? Kan jy vir ons dalk 'n bietjie hoop gee aan die kant?
So, ja, ek dink van ons kant af, jy weet, ons maak maar reg elke wedstryd nou. Ons het nog die Bulls die naweek, dan het ons die Stormers daarna, en dan maak ons reg om Leinster toe te gaan, Ierland toe te gaan. So vir ons nou, dit klink vir my of alles voortgaan, of ons kan oor see gaan, maar dit kan baie vinnig verander. Jy weet, ek weet Engeland het nou klomp goed verander met hulle regulasies. So op die oomblik maak ons onsself reg om Ierland toe te gaan na die Stormers, en hopelik, jy weet, kan ons daai wedstryd daar gaan speel, en hopelik kan ons daai 4 oorseese spanne speel wat hier na alles park toe moet kom. So as dit nie gaan gebeur nie, jy weet, dan is dit maar iets drasties wat dan weer in die pad geval het.
Jacques Fourie vir hier. Kan ek net nog 'n Afrikaanse vraag vra? Jacques, kan ek jou vra, ek het so 'n week gelede voor julle wedstryd teen die Bulls tuis saam met Albert gepraat, en ek het vir hom ook 'n vraag gevra oor julle diepte. Een van my kollegas het jy so 'n vraag gevra. As julle tevrede met wat julle tans tot julle beskikking het, is daar enige manier hoe julle byvoorbeeld versterkings kan kry, die arsenaal kan aanvul daar by julle?
Percival, ja, dit is, jy weet, dit is bietjie moeilik met die kompetisies, met die URC en met die Karibeker wat nou saam met mekaar is. So, ons is in 'n situasie waar ons spelers moet optrek van die Karibeker af, en die spelers moet afstuur na die Karibeker toe. So, op die stadium van die seisoen is meeste van die spelers, weet, as 'n ou besering kry is meeste van die spelers is klaar vasgeteken by ander unies. So dit is bietjie moeilik, maar ons gaan nie daaroor kla nie. Ons moet maar daarmee werk, en ons moet die beste maak van die situasie.
Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I've got one for Jaque. Jaque, just wanted to know the lineouts that the Bulls had close to the Lions try line. None of those the Lions try to compete on for the ball. Is that maybe something that you guys might want to change when you play them again on Saturday?
Walter, yeah, it's a difficult one because we had Pieter van Vieren injured in the week. We know the Bulls drive a lot, so for us it's a risk going up in the air there, and they win the ball, and we need to stop the maul. So I know Coach Albert has got all those corners covered, what he needs to do in the line out and stopping it. So for us, it's a very in-depth thing, the lineouts. You know, some people won't actually understand it, but you know, you either go up and you're pretty sure you're going to win the ball. And if you lose the ball, you might as well just jog back to the back of your post, because against a side like the Bulls, if they win the ball, they're going to maul you. So it's a 50-50. You really have to make a good decision to go up for the ball there and win it. Otherwise, yeah, you are going to give away points.
Can I possibly ask Jacque one last question, please?
Yes, Percy.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Jacque, as net weer eens 'n vragie Afrikaans. Loftus is natuurlik 'n vesting vir die Bulls. I'm stating the obvious here now. Maar dat is span 2 naweek ter gewys dat dit kan gedoen word daar op Loftus Versveld. Hoe moet julle denkwyse wees as julle op pad is Loftus toe hierdie naweek?
Ja, ek dink en ons boodskap vir die spelers geweet, weet jy wat, dit gaan glad nie. As jy dink dit gaan 'n makliker game wees Saterdag, dan is jy in vir 'n ding. So as ons nie presies weet wat ons plan is in attack en verdediging nie, dan gaan 'n ou houe vat op Loftus. So ons, jy weet, ons gaan in hierdie wedstryd en ons prepare vir 'n fight en ons wil gaan, jy weet, elke ou en elke span wat soontoe gaan, moet gaan met 'n winning mindset. Anders gaan jy pak slaaf vat op Loftus. So ons weet wat ons moet regmaak die naweek en vir my persoonlik gaan dit 'n hele ander game wees die naweek.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. And lastly, just one more from our side, Jacque. You know, how important are these last two, you know, local derbies, especially considering you guys have to head off for a once-off trip to Leinster straight after, you know? Is it very important to build some momentum, you know, ahead of a massive clash like that?
For sure, Ross, it's very important. I think for us as a team, you know, before we started these home legs against the Sharks and the Bulls, you know, we wanted to start well, because that just sets the tone for these the 4 games that we had to play against our South African sides. We all know when we play against them, that's physical, it's hard, it's fast, you know, so it's very important to get a good start. So it didn't go away the last 2 games, but we have to turn it around, and we have to, out of these 2 games that we still have left, win one of those 2 to go, you know, with a positive mindset and with a win in the pocket going to Leinster.
Guys, can we take 2 more?
Thank you, Jacque. Can I go with my last question? Some of the other franchise head coaches allude to the fact that they, with the Currie Cup and the URC teams, as you've just made mention a question or 2 or 3 ago, that they've got a long-term idea and a long-term plan towards developing the team and the franchise itself. Now, taking into consideration that you are struggling with your players and the alluding to that and trying to address that matter, are you in a position to say, yes, the players that we have in both disciplines are the players that we can go forward with, we can establish it and can take the union forward as far as especially the URC competition is concerned?
Yeah, Simon, at this stage, like I said, mentioned earlier, at this stage, we've got the Currie Cup has got their side, we've got their side, we're pushing and pulling from each other. Unfortunately, like I say, we're so deep into the season, you know, there's also a varsity cup that's also been played. So even our Currie Cup can't pull players from the varsity cup. So we are in this situation that we're in. We've got a handful of players that we can pick from for this season. Hopefully next season, with moving forward, we can identify players that we want to get at the union and just, you know, be better prepared going to next season's URC, into that season with a bigger group of players and maybe more depth in certain positions.
Simon, one more, guys, please, before we release Jacque. Everybody happy?
Thank you, guys. Cheers. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Sammy. Okay, thank you so much.